Hey everybody, how's it going? So we have some interesting information about some early plans for Spider-Man Far From Home regarding Iron Man. So Iron Man, as a lot of us by this point should know, sacrificed themselves at the end of Avengers Endgame. And after that, a lot of people questioned because of how Tony has regularly had near-death experiences and then come back in the comics. A lot of times during that brief period of him being dead and coming back, he is still alive in an artificial intelligence type manner. Kind of like how in the MCU, Jarvis was like the main AI, and then later on we got some more like Karen and things like that. With regards to Spider-Man Far From Home, writers Chris McKenna and Erik Sommers say that very early in discussions about what would be in the movie, things like that, they talked about Robert Downey Jr. maybe having a cameo of some sort in the movie, but they didn't really know how to do it, of course, because obviously they could reuse footage, and they even say that, and I quote, "I think if anything, it was always going to be reused footage. We had talked about possibly hearing Tony's voice through EDITH at one point, but I think that goes a long way and we didn't want to lean too hard." And I think that's really good because a lot of people were saying, oh, I bet we're going to hear Tony's voice, this and there. And I think from Robert Downey Jr.'s personal comments he's made since Avengers Endgame has come out, and also just in general, I think not having Tony be the voice of Edith may have been the best thing for the movie with regards to this creative decision. Now, they also talk about another reason they decided to not go that route is because they really wanted to not have Tony be in there in any way, shape, or form besides maybe like flashbacks or, like they said before, reusing footage, because they wanted to emphasize Peter's feeling of loss regarding Tony's death. And they said, doing the flashback like we did with Civil War is probably the most you'd want to see or hear from Tony in this movie. If you're going to do a movie about loss, you don't want to keep going down to the well. He's still alive, and now he's a hologram, showing you around the Avengers compound. That last part, that's not saying that's what they're doing. If I misspoke, that's just them saying, for example, you don't want to do this kind of thing, basically still have the character around if the whole point is mourning the loss of said character. But do you agree with this? Would you have liked to see Tony do the voice for Edith? Let us know in your comments down below, and we'll see you guys later.